They're having fun. We go up.
What time do we have to come back to that spot to get a picture?
We should probably leave around 5.
How are your knees doing lately?
Look at that.
Yeah.
And all the cars are like, whoa.
Beautiful fall colors.
Black, white, and blue.
Oh, well, Amber spread the word.
I did.
Oh wow, I'm wearing black, white, and blue.
I'm wearing blue and something.
Wow, I'm wearing black, white,
Panning across here. There's my family in front of me. More beauty than I can capture. Stewart Falls. There's Peter and Amber looking the other way. And come down here. And they come, there's Abigail. And there's Alice.
I did it!
And there's the valley down there.
Yeah, dude, I decided to not take breaks with Scuba and Cori and Ann because I'm like, I'll be better off if I can just keep a steady pace and keep on eating.
And there's Cheryl. Right here at the base of this waterfall. Cheryl's going to do some tree climbing. Stay safe! Okay, here we are halfway up the falls. Now the falls come down. And there's everybody down there. And there's the valley. Okay, here we are at the top of the falls. We come along here. There's Cheryl.
Hi.
And the falls go down there. There's Alice. She's going to start way up. And down the valley. Well, it's hard to communicate with them right now.
Oh yeah, it'll be one of the very first. What? Okay, just a minute. Hey. Anyway, are we still filming?
Yeah?
We'll stop it and start again.
No, keep going.
Okay, anyway, one of the first things that Dad and I did was go to a rest home with our ward. And we didn't do it together. And leaving the rest home, there was a whole bunch of people in the hall. So he put his hands on the back of my shoulders like this, and I crouched. And he jumped on my back, and I didn't know who it was, and I carried him out to the parking lot. But then the next activity was coming up to Stewart Falls, and I made him give me a piggyback ride back. I made him give payback, the piggyback ride back.
And was it up or down?
It was going up. And then when we got to this point, all the ward was down there, and Dad and I just took off up these rocks. And we got about to that rock, and the bishop said, "Cheryl, Arden, come down." And I said, "We're trying to get closer to God."
It was on a Sunday.
It was on a Sunday. We climbed to the higher falls. We climbed up that passageway there. And there is, it's really beautiful. So much moss. Just gorgeous. Really high cliff there. And there's a path to the other path this way. I wish people would come, but I don't think they know to come. It's just pretty. It's cold. Amber hiding. Nope. Hey, Anne, turn this way for a second. Say hi. Oh, Dad's taking a
Another
You guys need a couple pictures.
another waterfall here.
Doesn't look like you can eat all that rock.
Look at all the moss growing up there.
so pretty. Did you climb up the falls too? Did you climb up the falls?
It was here.
Hey, pal, go back onto that ledge.
Beautiful waterfall.
Now.
Okay, so many years ago, like 1987 or somewhere around there, I hiked up to this spot in the very early spring, like very early April or March. And this valley was full of snow. In fact, for a lot of time, when we got to a waterfall, I thought we were at Stewart Falls, but I now realize we walked right over Stewart Falls without even seeing it. And this was the waterfall we came to. And I came.
Is this one the one with the ice bridge?
Yes, so we
Oh.
hiked up, and all this shrubbery you couldn't see, but I could see that cliff wall right there. The snow had melted away from it, so we hiked up to that cliff wall. The snow was probably 10 or 15 feet deep. And as I reached the cliff wall, there was a small crevice between the wall and the snow. And I hiked along, just kind of just room for one person could slip through along the wall, and the waterfall was flowing because it was spring and the snow was melting, and the waterfall was like 10 times as big as it is now, roaring under the ice pack. It created a huge ice cavern under the ice pack that we had been walking on, and it was just stunning and loud and roaring, and visually, like, I've never seen anything like it before since, and I so wish I'd had some way to capture it, but I didn't. But that's where it was. I walked up to that cliff wall, creeped along, and then looked at it. And I was with some friends. We had to take turns because only one person could fit through at a time.
So you didn't decide to go sliding down the waterfall, I guess.
No, well, another time we came back up here in the early spring, me and my friends, and again I thought we were at Stewart Falls, because when you got 10 feet of snow, it gets confusing. The landmarks are different.
And you hike a little too far.
But I realized it never was Stewart Falls. It was always this fall, and this waterfall, and it was a little bit later in the season. I think it was the next year after, and the snow had melted a lot, and right here there was the waterfall, but there was, to the left of the waterfall was like a bridge. And so we could climb across here and then hike up this snow, but
I got it. You're making hand gestures and it's not doing it.
okay. So we could hike across here, and the waterfall again came down and under the snow. So we hiked over the waterfall, and it tunneled under the snow. We could see it coming out the other side, and right there was like a big ice bridge, and at the narrowest point near the waterfall, it was probably only 10 feet wide, maybe 15 feet wide. And up above it, again, lots of snow and stuff. So me and my friends hiked across over there, and we hiked up this little snow bridge.
Who is your friend?
Reed Hamilton.
Dad, you're touching stinging nettle.
Oh well. Reed Hamilton. I think Kenton was there.
Anyway, keep going.
So we went up, and we had brought plastic bags to slide down the snowpack on. We were looking for snowpacks that we could slide on with plastic bags. These black plastic bags, you fold up, put them in your pocket so they don't weigh much. And we got up there, and we were above that, and we were looking around, and we said, well, let's slide down this little chute right here. But we were like, well, what if it collapses? Because if it collapsed, we would just, because it wasn't solid. The whole thing could just collapse, right? So
And would eventually. I'm sure it does every spring. So
yeah, right.
it's like.
So I said, well, I'll go first, and just see how it goes. So I'm sliding down, starting up where we can't see, out of sight. I slid down, and I stopped about halfway down in the narrowest part of this thing. It kind of was wide, got narrow, and wide again. I stopped in the narrowest part of it, which was, I can see right where it was on the cliff wall, height-wise, about 30 feet or 40 feet up. Anyway, and so I turned around and I waved to my friends and I said, hey, it's all good, I'm fine, no problem.
Can you get out?
And up above, behind them on these cliff walls, I saw a wall of ice and snow come blasting over the edge of the cliff wall, an avalanche. Back there, just around the corner, those cliff walls up there, but a little further behind from where we can see right now. And this wall of snow and ice just goes. And I yelled to my friends, I said, look! And we're all looking at this snow and ice coming just up the hill from us, and we're like, avalanche!
And yelled it really loud.
And they all scrambled to the sides, but I'm in this little narrow chute, and I'm looking around, where do I go? And I realize I'm right in the path of where it's gonna come. And I scrambled up a little bit and over the side, and I clung to those rocks over there. That's how come I remember where I was. I clung to the rocks on the side and just hung over there for a minute, hoping I'd be okay. And I waited like a minute and a half or something, and we didn't see it. But a big boulder, a block of ice, about as big around as I can reach, came bouncing by, boom, boom, boom. And it didn't come that close to me. I don't know, probably came 5 feet away from me. I mean, it wasn't like I had to dodge it. But it goes, like, wow. And it went down the hill. And then I scurried up the hill where one of my friends were. And then we saw, because of the angle of the slope, this big snowpack was creeping along at about 4 miles an hour. Just, and it was sliding in big chunks of snow and ice and just, it wasn't a roaring, I mean, it would come blasting over that cliff wall, but then it hit a really flat spot. So it was just creeping along. And we're looking at it, we're like, look at this. And we're watching it slide by and we're like, let's ride the avalanche. And so we jumped under the blocks of snow and ice in the middle of this avalanche and just rode it down the hill. It slid down, came down this hill and down the valley, riding the avalanche.
How far do you think you rode it?
Just down to about that, I don't know, a couple hundred, just 100 feet that way. And then it was really slowing down. So then we climbed back up again, and this is where we did our...
Avalanche still going?
No, it kind of petered out.
Okay.
Anyway, so then we spent about an hour here sliding on our black plastic bikes down that chute right there.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
It was right here.
That's what happens when your mother's already in heaven and you aren't married yet. Then he got married and it didn't do those
Nobody
kind of
was
fun
worrying about me.
Except for your friends who you were doing the stupid stuff with.
Oh, we weren't worried. So way up there, when that avalanche came down initially, it was on one of those ledges way back up in there, and I don't know how to point to it, but I can see it. I can just see that snow cone, one of those upper ledges. Okay, we're heading back down and just having a little snack break here.
You will see me again.
Barbecue, zesty chicken.
I'll never give up.
Pork rinds.
I'll
They're actually
never
pretty good
give in till I'm bloody and bruised, till I've broken my bones, till I won't be a
Quick question. From here, hi, are you gonna film my question?
Well, I was already filming.
Hi. My question is, are we going to my apartment really quick and we can make like food or something, or are we gonna go straight up to the mountain?
Onwards
You guys can do it. You got this. You have all the oomph that you need. All the yeah! Yeah! You guys got this.
Okay, back to music.
Between the clouds in the blue.
Mommy, I actually really like this photo that I took of you.
Oh yeah?
Okay, now we're somewhere else. This is Cori sitting in the stream.
I think over there is pretty pretty.
And it's a lovely park. And I think it might be Blue Spring or Blue something. Oh,
From any civilization.
we're stranded in the woods and
And a bear stole my shoes.
a bear stole Cori's shoes.
Yeah.
And everybody else in our family got killed.
Yeah.
And Cori and I are the only survivors,
Yeah.
miles away from civilization.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make spears out of these logs to kill the bear.